Happy Halloween, everybody.
Happy Ween. It doesn't feel like Halloween at all this year, and I'm very depressed.
Let's kind of morph into it because I wanted to start with Halloween. And when I think Halloween, I think a couple things. I think like Jack Skellington. I think Bette Midler. I think Ariana Grande.
Oh, wow.
Very
Thank,
synonymous with the holiday.
thank you.
What do you say? Does one celebrate Halloween this year in 2020, or do we forego it? Do we figure out a new way to celebrate? What do we do? We've been waiting for an answer.
I think the thing for me that is like most traumatic about this year's Halloween, I mean, of course, the pandemic, but also the fact that Halloween Horror Nights wasn't open this year really, 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 really is traumatic for me. Like deeply, deeply upsetting. I usually go like on both hands, I can count how many times a year. You know this. We know
Yeah.
this. Like, Zach and I will walk through the mazes and the haunted houses, and like the actors will be like, Ariana, how are you? And I'm like, what up, ghoul number 6? How's it going? We give a hug in the middle. They're supposed to be acting. It's like, you know what I mean? Like, this is my this is my time. This is my I feel like I can't like this year is just now it hits. You know what I mean? Like, why? Of all the things that we couldn't we have just stayed at home for a few more weeks like all the other countries that were fine and are better than we are? Like, did we really all need to go to Saddle Ranch that badly that like we couldn't have waited for the deathly pandemic to pass? Like, we
No.
all really needed to put on our cowgirl boots and ride a mechanical bull that bad?
It is
We
selfish.
all needed that Instagram post that badly?
But by the way, like it's those selfish moments that really put us in the place that we're in today. But along with Halloween, along with a brand new album for the world to escape in, we have Election Day coming up. So the power is with us. And you had a huge part with Headcount in getting a lot of people registered, but also educating them and mobilizing the next generation. It's rather spectacular. So
Thank you. Yeah, it was cool to have Headcount on tour with me and to be able to register over 20,000 people. That, like, you know what I mean? Like, that's amazing. I just remember like my mom and Matt Bennett going to the booths before the shows and being like, want a picture? Well, sign up. Like, it was funny. But yeah, I feel like that was such an awesome thing that we were able to do. And I don't know. I really hope that we're able to make a difference and take back our power this year. Very nervous. We're what, 17 days away now?
yeah, it's 17 days, but by the time this comes out, it's going to be just a few days from Election Day. So if you haven't been able to
Woo.
vote already, vote in person if you can. But it's all connected here because the Positions music video not only perfectly captures the record, but you do have these obvious and sometimes subtle nods
Yeah.
to what we're all facing together. And one of the things that stood out to me that I really appreciated was you were putting a medal on a postal service worker
Yeah.
and a group of people that have been so wrongly affected over the last few months. But
Yeah.
you do take on this responsibility socially, right? And you do incorporate it in your art when you can.
I do. I do. I think it's important too. And I think that I have kind of always been clear about where I sit with these matters and kind of like tried to work it in a way that is clear and definitive, because I do want the people that watch my work to know how I feel about the world and how I feel about women's rights and how I feel about people being treated equally, and why can't things look like this?
When I heard for Positions for the first time, I never thought White House. I never thought presidential, but it shows the depth to that record, but also it really foreshadows the depth to the entire album top to bottom.